Okay.
The experiences of black males on this campus. The first thing that comes to mind is that there are a very small numbers of black males on campus, and that's always been true. I agree there are a number of black males that do get admitted as athletes, and we do have a lot of athletes on campus, and I'm proud of that. And that's always been true. But overall, the numbers of black males on campus has been small comparatively to other groups. I don't think that's surprising to anyone. If I can comment about the experience of black males on campus, what could I say? Probably that again. I find talking with black males over the years, it's been challenging for them just about in every case. Many black males have had really positive experiences on this campus. Handfuls have done really well, not only while they were undergrad, but have gone on to pursue graduate degrees here at UCLA and elsewhere. And I've continued to meet with them and work with them and follow them and connect with them over the years. So I'm proud of that fact as well. So I guess I can say I pretty much know about the personal journeys of many black males on campus. And I think I could say without qualification that it's been challenging for all of them, athletes or not. Often they feel isolated. They have to develop this kind of personal approach to handling the challenges on campus that other students I don't think have to experience. They always have to qualify themselves, whether they're walking into the cafeteria, walking to the classroom, to kind of overcome whatever stigma comes before they walk in the door. So they learn to navigate that at the same time while they try to excel academically, and that's really unfair because often they excel academically but aren't always acknowledged for the other challenges that they have to overcome in addition to being academically, to excelling academically. So that's the one thing that comes to mind, that I think often some of the work that black male students have done here on this campus sometimes gets overlooked because not only do they have to excel academically, find their place personally on campus, and have to deal with these ongoing stereotypes about who they are, why they're here, why they got here, what their success will be like, what their graduation and their retention rates are like. So those are the things I think that often aren't known about black males on campus. They are incredibly strong. They sometimes find this personal strength on their own. They love it when they get acknowledged for the work that they do, but often others on campus aren't aware of how hard they have to work and how successful they have to be and have been on campus. One thing I also like to say that I like to talk with black males about when I meet with them personally, and often I have students who simply seek me out, and I always challenge them to be aware of what the things I just said, that they aren't always acknowledged for the work that they do, but I acknowledge them, and they need to acknowledge themselves. But in addition, they need to also recognize that they have a lot of other talents that aren't really reflected in this environment, not just academic talents, not just athletic talents, not just their personal charisma and the kind of charm and sizzle that black men bring. But many times they have so many skills that other students don't have and they don't recognize it. Whether it's learning how to take care of yourself and cook your own food and fix your own car, or get around, get your grind on, get your hustle on, handle family and intimate relationships and other challenges. They have a lot in their backpack, and they have a lot of resources that they learned over time to handle that and to really excel. So they are like superheroes to me, but they're often unknown.
What about the community, the black community on campus here at UCLA?
What about it in general?
Yes. What was your experience as a student being when you were here compared to how it is now?
Oh, that was a long time ago. I think the things, it's night and day. When I was, black students in the 60s and 70s we're, we're, there were different students. All students were different in the 70s than they are today. Whole different crew of students. But students, I think, back in the 70s, and maybe I should reflect on this more before I say it, but again, I think that there was more cohesiveness, more camaraderie. Students hung together. Students felt they had to hang together as a group. And maybe that was a product of, just after some of the final chapters of the civil rights movement and the advent of the student rights movement. And so students worked better together. I mean, I couldn't go to a black student union meeting and there weren't 100 people in the room. Today, I don't think that's the case with the ASU or BSUs around the state, that students don't participate at such high rates. I should also add, though, even in the 70s, there was not 100% participation then either. There was always a core group of students that really held the flag for black students on campus, and it wasn't every single student, but there were a larger percentage of students who were willing to do that work. Today, I think that, again, there are even smaller percentages of students willing to do the work for black students on campus and for the community. And a lot of black students who no longer come from inner city communities, coming from more suburban settings, more